motions to accept 2 meetings there. We have student school presentations, parent groups, open to the public, 3 minutes per speaker, the superintendent's report. Mr. Gilbert can tell us about his first week at school. Correspondence, board comments. Personnel agenda, we have items A through G, instructional resignations, non-instructional terminations, instructional appointments, appointing members of the Committee on Special Ed, approving certified leave evaluators for APPR, appointing coordinators and non-instructional appointments. We have a consent agenda with items A through F, placement of students, treasury report, awarding bids, donations, contracts, and a whole bunch of resolutions under F. We have an addendum to grant tenure, and we have a second addendum B with the resolution 060812F. And then we have a proposed executive session, and then we will adjourn the meeting. Previous minutes.
Motion to accept the minutes of the previous regular meeting held on June 4, 2012, as circulated. Second.
Comments or corrections? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Second motion for minutes.
Motion to accept the minutes of the previous special meeting held on June 11, 2012, as circulated. Second.
Comments or corrections? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Do you have any student school groups here tonight? It's all been done in the workshop. Parent groups. Okay, open to the public. Who would like to go first?
Dan Stark, the district resident. I have, only a couple items here, but I'd like to know, are the minutes the official document of the board meetings, or do the video tapes of the meetings count as well? The reason why I ask is because in the minutes, especially when it's very cursory as to how it reflects public comment. We give our names, but yet our names are not reflected into the minutes, and only smatterings of what is asked or what is said is there.
The minutes. Okay. You want to take it?
Sure.
The
minutes, the written minutes that are approved by the board are the official record of the meeting. Boards are not required to videotape the meetings. They do this as a means of providing information to the public. In terms of the content of the minutes, the law provides that there doesn't need to be a verbatim transcript of all statements that were made. The only thing that are actually required to be included in the minutes are the resolutions moved and the votes of the board members on the resolutions. Anything beyond that is a matter of discretion on the part of the district.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Moving on. Well, first I would like to say how sad I was to learn that Mr. Romanino plans to retire at the end of this year.
Not this year. Not this year.
I think it's the 2/15.
Oh.
So 3-year notice.
Oh, I thought
You can hold off that speech for a while.
Well, Eric's a real good person, and when he does depart from us, that means a retirement. He will sadly be missed. He's given a lot of his time and effort and livelihood, his life to our district, to our students, and to our athletes. The next comment is that the past 4 years, and most recently the past 7 months, have been mostly unsettling and tumultuous for our district, to say the least. With the changeover in our building administration, central office, and the challenges of passing our budgets, Beacon has had a rocky road. I want to take this time to thank the Board of Education for its most recent and courageous decision in bringing Mr. Hilberg back to our district. He has proven himself to be a healer, to be a compassionate and quality leader that is willing to work with the people of our school community as well as the general public. He is what we need at this very time. Welcome back, Mr. Hilberg.
You're very kind. Thank you so much.
Come on down.
I'm not sure the protocol of this because this is the first time I've ever...
Just state your name.
Okay, Melissa McGill. I'm parent of Lila and Henry Quinn that are at South Avenue. And I come tonight with comments about the dissolving of the first, second year class at South Avenue, which my daughter Lila Quinn is in, Mr. Timpano's class. It was very disappointing news that we got this week that class will be dissolved. She's in the middle of a program. There are approximately 10 children in that class that are part of the first, second year program in first grade that have thought all year long, along with us parents and Mr. Timpano, that class would be a 2-year program. The curriculum was designed as such, and the students have been led to believe that all year long. At the beginning of the year, we had a meeting about entering into this class, as it is the only combined first, second year class in the school, and talked a lot about the benefits of this class and relayed that to our children. So it's very disappointing that this class is being dissolved as these children are halfway through this program. So these children, again, have been in a program that was designed to be a 2-year block, and they were told all year as the younger end of the class that they would be in the older position next year. And Mr. Timpano, as a new teacher, has done a fantastic job. I met with Ms. Conrad today and spoke about this. There's many parents that are very upset about this decision. It's very upsetting to the children to have this news suddenly at the end of the year. And I understand that it has something to do with the numbers and something to do with the budget. We thought when the budget was passed that something like this wouldn't happen. So I just want to express the disappointment on behalf of the parents and these students, and it's going to be a rough transition for them. This is a big change for students that have been led to believe that things were going to be different. They're halfway through a program that they're not being able to finish. So I come just to offer those comments and to ask if there's any opportunity to reconsider this, or if this is further along than that. If not, I don't know if it's, you make comments on this, but I'm definitely looking for some more information about how this decision was made.
Well, I thank you for coming forward and having the courage to speak up. As a parent myself, I can understand your situation. Although I was not here, I do have to apologize for the short notice. It could have gone a lot better, but there was a necessity to make some tough budget decisions this year because of the new cap. How that was communicated, I don't know. Apparently, in this regard, it wasn't sufficient, and I know that the board apologizes for that, as well as myself. I'm sure, as Mrs. Conrad shared with you, educationally, it's a good program, but we looked at the research, and there's not a significant difference. I can assure you, whether it's a cooperative classroom, what they call looping, several of the other options, or going directly to second grade particularly, I think we all feel the same way about South Avenue, and even though the principal's a little shaky, the 3 second grade teachers are terrific, and they're small class sizes. I think what might help with the transition, and I spoke to Mrs. Conrad about it, is that we can set up something prior to school where the kids can visit the classroom, meet their teachers, and I think once they see what's going on, it won't take very long. It might be...
No, I don't doubt that. I don't think it will take very long for the kids to adjust, but I do think that things were set up a certain way, and there was a certain program they were participating in that had a certain structure, and it's, you know, I understand that there are budgetary concerns, and I understand that there are these changes that need to happen, but at the same time, I think it is really important to remember that this is really affecting a group of children, this decision, and there have been a lot of benefits that I have seen. I happen to have twins, so I have one first grader in a regular straight first grade class and one first grader in a combined first second class, and I think that dynamic of the older and younger kids together is quite beneficiary, and I've seen a lot of exciting things happen in that situation. So I just want to offer that as well, that a program like that is one that I think people are very interested in the benefits of. But I understand about the class sizes and things like that as well. I think that it's a combination of things that the parents are upset about that I've spoken to. It's not knowing until this point, and also thinking for a whole year it was going to be different than this, So, but I appreciate your comments.
And thank you very much. We appreciate yours and your insights.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I want to sneak one in under the
All right, what's this about then?
Now, I failed to mention when I acknowledged the people on the committee, the three parents, Jen DiGregorio, Susan Hollister, and Anna Mendoza.
Okay.
You used up your comments from next week's meeting.
It was less than 3 minutes.
Yeah. Anyone else? Okay, thank you very much for your comments. All right, superintendent's report. How was your first week?
It was so strange to come back to school at the end of school. I have to say, I said to my wife on Tuesday morning, and the alarm went off at 5:30, oh, it's time to go to school. And she was, let's see if she looked, she gave me that, do you have rocks in your head look? You ever, those of us that have been married for a while are probably familiar with that. But I have to say that it feels like I never left. And I mean that in a positive way. Great people in the audience that I'll have the privilege of working with now. Even you, Brian. So we're looking forward to it. I know there are many challenges, but as we've already started to discuss, there's going to be a lot of opportunities to make Beacon the school district that we all want it to be. And I know working with the board, the administration, the faculty, the community, we should have a good start this coming year. So I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Correspondence, board comments. We'll start with you, Georgia.
No, it's like, because now I'm not going to be like ditto. I would like to thank everyone for their presentations this evening, and I am especially happy regarding the, well, I know we're not calling it the Anti-Bullying Act, but I'm just wondering, I didn't have a question before, but are we going to look towards promoting, doing some kind of program with the students in the school as part of this legislation, or?
Actually, we're going to begin those comments. I've been spending some time with Dr. Sieperding, as little as I could, but and we're really starting to talk about that. We want to expand that to the administrative team and then the faculty. Look what best practices are, but we are excited about it.
I am too. Good. I also I attended the senior awards and the elementary honors recognition, and that's really it. I'm glad you had a great first week.
I don't have anything. Sorry.
Rebecca?
I want to welcome Christine back, and I'm sure she'll have lots to say at the next meeting. So I want to thank everyone for the presentation. It really is a very exciting time of the year. A lot of changes. Elementary school will get to know who they have next year, and I know that's very, very exciting. And George, I know you were also at the Roundabout Middle School honor tea. So it's been a busy time. We had the elementary honors tea and the senior awards, and I just want to wish everyone a great end of the year. For those that are still having testing, good luck to them, and to the graduation on Saturday, I hope everyone has a great time. So that's all I have.
I want to say congratulations to all of the athletes tonight on all their accomplishments, not only athletically but academically. To Dr. Sieverding, I think what you did to take the time to go out and help the vets, I think that's a really nice thing that you did. I'm looking forward to seeing that at graduation. And to everybody on the board, I just want to say thank you for welcoming me this year, and I look forward to working with you guys next year.
I just want to congratulate Eric on a great year of sports program, and your program tonight was terrific for all the athletes, honoring him. And Harvey, to you, no attempts to retire, please, in the next year. It's rejected. Thanks for coming back.
Well, and officially, I too welcome back. Nice job on the newsletter, and to all the athletes and the teams. I too look forward to see the veterans, especially. That's going to strike a place in my heart, but that's a great thing. I did enjoy the Rumba Honors Tea and the Senior Awards. It's nice to see that age difference as they come along. And with that, I look forward to graduation on Saturday.
Welcome back. Heartfelt, truly. I'm thrilled to have you back. I didn't want you to go the last time. But I guess Florida calls. Congratulations again to all the athletes, especially our scholar athletes. I know we've talked about it so many times, how we acknowledge so often the athletic achievements of our kids, and we kind of step aside with the academic parts. But it's nice to see the two combined. And as each year that I'm on the board, I see we get more and more scholar athletes and more scholar teams. And that's really a tribute to our kids, their parents and families who support them, and last but not least to our staff who work with our kids, because it's tough to balance it, and I'm sure it's a major feat for all of them. So congratulations to all the kids. I did attend the Senior Awards, and again, it's an academic performance. It's extraordinary. I cannot get over the Perez family with two Gates Millennium kids in one family. It's a tribute to that family, and maybe we had a little something to do with it here in our district. I guess we're educating our kids the right way. I hope we keep it up. Let's see what else. Dr. John, you clued me in a little bit on the veterans a little while back that you were working on this. We had some conversations about it, and I can't tell you how thrilled I am that you have succeeded in getting this done. And I welcome them on our stage for graduation, something that is long overdue for them. It's enough to serve your country, but to have to give up your education and not be acknowledged for it is really a crime. So thank you for doing this. I will be proud to be part of that ceremony for them. And as far as graduation is concerned, we have 34 seniors that will be walking with their cords, members of the National Honor Society, which is a great achievement this year. I think that's also something to be very proud of. The National Honor Society is a lot of work for these kids on top of their academics and on top of their athletics and everything else. There's community service and a wealth of other things. And again, 34 of them will be part of our graduating class. And Anne-Marie, make sure it's good weather.
Yeah.
That's pressure.
It's on you. Thank you.
I as well would like to thank everyone for their presentations tonight, and I'd like to wish best wishes to our retirees. I guess I've been on the board for a little while now, because I can actually say I've had interactions with all three. Not so much with Russ, but I remember Charlie always referring to Russ and to his being his right-hand guy. So best wishes to him. Mrs. Eveling, I had a niece that went to Forrestal, and the few times that I was due on pickup, boy, she's a force in that building. So I hope she enjoys her retirement. And then I just need to share this. Mr. Knapp, obviously he's an 8th grade science teacher. He teaches the honors courses. In honor of his retirement, and this is funny, the honors class that he teaches, the Regents class, had T-shirts made, and they call themselves the Nerd Herd. in honor of Mr. Knapp, the nerd. So I just thought that that was cute to share, but best wishes to all of them in their retirement. Congratulations to the athletes. We heard tremendous stories tonight. It's been great to follow all of them all through the season. It's nice to hear of at least 3 are going to play collegiately, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's more. We just are unaware of them at this time. Thank you to Dr. Sieverding and your committee for all the work on our new code of conduct. I'm sure that it was long days and many hours, and we are grateful for the parents and the staff that worked to get that in order for our district as well as our children. I participate in a group called the Citizens Advisory Panel regarding the Texaco Beacon property. Anybody that's driven through Glenham recently notices that they are knocking down the buildings, and there will be a future use at some time. I was asked about 1.5 years ago to represent both the board as well as the neighborhood, since my home looks at the property. And I go to these monthly meetings. At the meeting last week, on Harvey's second day in the district, our district was tasked to do a presentation to the committee, and the committee is made up of Chevron employees that come from all over the country, as well as many members of the community. There's representation from Beacon City Council, as well as the supervisor for the town of Fishkill, as well as different pockets of people. Both Harvey and Anne-Marie joined me at that presentation. I think that our presentation was very well received, and we were able to present them with a wealth of information regarding our district and the needs of our district in terms of their future use. I attended the Rombouts Honors Tea, the Elementary Honors Tea, and the Senior Awards, but the joy of my week was Watermelon Day at Glenham. Thank you.
Thank you. I too want to congratulate all the athletes for their fine performances here, and of course the academic side of it is extremely important to all of us on the board. So, great job not only on the athletic side but also on the academic side. Once again, thank you to our retirees. You made a big impact on our students, and we're sorry to see you go, but we hope you have a good, safe, and happy retirement. I attended the Rombout Honors Tea, the Dutchess County School Board Association's annual meeting. I also attended a nice little event where Larry was being honored. He was retiring from the Beacon Arts and Education Foundation. And that's an outside foundation, but it's sort of affiliated with the school district in terms of their charter is to raise money to be used by the school district in their arts and programs, and they funded things such as the Calico Ball and the Clearwater thing. So thank you very much for your, I know you've done a lot of work in that, and it's really appreciated by the students, and it has helped fill some of the holes in our budget that otherwise we wouldn't be able to offer those programs to the kids. I want to mention probably more to the parents of the students, because I don't think the students have watched these presentations, but just because the summer's here doesn't mean it's time off from learning. Parents take your kids to the library if they're in the younger grades. If they're in the older grades, try and encourage them to get away from the video games every once in a while. Go outside and play sports, get involved with the other kids in the neighborhood, as well as read. It's try and keep the brains active, so when you come back to school in the fall, you can jump right back in. Also, on behalf of the board, want to thank all the teachers and administrators who worked so hard this year for the impact of our kids. It's really, we really appreciate all the work that's been done to keep our district moving forward. So thank you very much for that as well. Okay. Personnel agenda.
Motion to accept the personnel agenda as listed from A to G.
Second?
Comments and questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Consent agenda.
Motion to accept the consent agenda as follows from A to F.
Second?
Comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. First addendum.
Be resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education hereby confers tenure upon those listed on the agenda.
Second?
Comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Second addendum.
No, there's a second motion on the first one.
Oh.
Be resolved that upon... Should I just go
Yeah.
ahead? That upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education hereby confers tenure to the following teaching assistants as listed on the agenda.
Second?
Comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now, the second addendum.
Resolution 061812F, resolved that the Board of Education does hereby approve the terms of the June 18, 2012 supplemental memorandum of agreement by and between the district and the Beacon Teachers Association as listed on the agenda.
Second?
Comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Executive session?
Motion to adjourn to executive session for the purpose of reviewing the employment history of a particular person, and the board is not expected to take action after executive session.
Second?
Comments? Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.